It's quite ironic that in a society of ever-increasing advancement of connective and social technology, finding love and genuine connection seems to have become harder. The very platforms that are meant for honest and authentic connections have become spaces of isolation and ridicule. Join us as we chat with dating coach and social media etiquette expert Makabelo Motaung as she guides us through this minefield with the possibility of finding love. Thank you for joining me on High Tea.
That voice. Can I take it home? I get so many boys with it.
Yes. Oh, the boys. We're actually here to talk about the boys.
We are?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the whole function we're here. No, we're here to help the boys.
Okay, let's help the boys.
Let's help the boys. Tabafana, guys.
They're failing.
Proper. Their pickup lines are lame.
Oh,
Their conversations are shocking. And we literally need to come to the aid and rescue these men. Please, Makabelo. So, mangashela guti what you do firstly, and then just tell us etiquette. Yama socials, yama DM.
Ne?
Yini.
So I'm the minister here of finance.
The minister of Yabafana.
Yeah.
Makabelo, the new minister Yabafana.
I'll drink to the boys.
Drink to the boys.
No, I'm actually a social and dating coach. I'm very passionate about the art of dating, basically, because it's the sport, and it deserves the professionality that we give tennis or anything else, you know.
So you need a coach.
You need a coach.
Yes.
How are you going to be good at anything if you're not guided, you know?
So what's the first thing I need to remember if I am a girl? Noni, and guys are sliding into beautiful, well put together.
Yes.
Oh yes. When guys are sliding into my DMs, what are the things I should be looking at in order to make a decision on whether I want to see somebody or not?
I think, to be honest, the way I handled DMs when I was 20 versus how I handle DM now at 35 are different. So I think it's got a lot to do with what stage you're in. You know, we're living in a time and world, or space rather, where the millennials now are, this is their lives, this is where they breathe, and there's always technology around, you know. So it makes sense that they would perfect it, they would know it better, they stay in that space, they date in that space, you know.
Which is why I feel ukuthi abo bhuti lapha ngaphandle, abo malume bay, badinga usizo because they are really lost when it comes to the DMs. So what should bomalume be doing in our DMs?
Remember, bomalume are coming from a time, especially I'm talking to the ones who are 39 and above, 38 and above, let's say, you know. They come from a time and space where you used to call a girl.
Yes.
You used to call a girl, and that takes courage, that takes strategic planning, that takes you putting your ego on the side because like you know. So it takes technique, it takes timing. You need to know when the parents are around, you know. So there was always a proper plan when you go and make that phone call. So Abamalume are falling into a trap now where they don't know how to use this to their own advantage. But it doesn't mean they don't know how to date in person. There's also the element of women being impatient, women not knowing how to get the conversation they desire out of a man, because the conversation I give you is the conversation that you give me.
Really?
If you're not a good interviewer, you wouldn't get information out of me.
Yeah.
Questions that you ask and the way that you respond, it will determine the kind of reaction that you get and what this man is bringing forth.
But if nonkening tumela abo hi, how am I supposed to know if I'm interested or not, Makabelo? So you're asking me to take the extra work, you give me an extra job. Now I must go to the person who sent me a hi, go check at their profile, go check their everything.
Unfortunately, because, you know, it's online, there's no other way to indicate to Guti I'm flirting with you except to say something. Remember when you flirt, you can see the eye contact or whatever, or something, or smile at you. Those are the signs of...
That's an indicator.
Yeah, that's an indicator. So why not take it high as an indicator? Because there's no, oh, you want me to wave? What do you want?
How about, hi, ke nas mang, kotsa hi, ke bone, I saw your picture, you were doing something, or oh, I found that post that you posted interesting. Do you understand? So not just hi, because as soon as you say just hi in my inbox, best believe I'ma block you.
Okay, then you're gonna block every man because
I actually have been blocking every man.
Look at yourself being single.
Proper.
Because I mean, Mohammed Straten, what is the first thing that a guy says?
Ninjani says, how?
And then no, don't lie. Hi.
Yes.
And then you greet back.
Yes.
That's a sign you would say, okay, I'm hearing, I'm listening.
Okay.
If then they say nothing,
Yes.
don't personalize it so much. I know Guti, we think Uguti, a person must take us on a date, a person must do. Remember, the world is changing, guys. For example, you used to go on first dates to get to know somebody, to get to know about the political background, their interest or whatever. But now Facebook and LinkedIn and whatever are showing, I already know this person by the time I meet them. If first dates ever pointless when you think about it, because everything is out there, you know. It's getting cheaper to communicate now. Everybody can access it. Everybody has internet. It's getting more expensive to keep quoting the old way. The old way requires you to a telephone bill. Airtime 30 rand. Wants to tell you about their day. Wants to tell you about. So it's getting expensive. That's the reality of it. Number two is that because I also am just saying hi to the two of you or three of you, I can't be taking you all out on a date. Need three. Come on, it's going to be expensive for me, you know, and you don't even want coffee dates. You want dinner and dining. So if I was a guy,
I could just literally just ask you for tea and cake.
No, the expectations now with ladies are becoming like ridiculous. And it's I understand where you're coming from, but I also understand where the men are. Remember, women are doing well now in terms of the career and finances. Economically, they're doing better, you know. So they can afford to go out 5 times a day or whatever. If you go out on fine dining, uzobona a group of ladies hanging out, dining together because they can afford it, you know. But because it's getting tougher for the guys. And imagine, I am here trying to get in a relationship and I'm trying to get to know 5 of you, and then now I must go and dine all 5 of you. And
it's not practical. And
then you don't even like me. You don't even. Do you understand? So I think it's just a form of media that's there. It's just a form. There's nothing to it, you know.
Okay, so I'm convinced. So this guy says hi. Then what should my response be?
You redirect. What do you want to get out of the conversation? The questions you ask, how you portray, how you carry the rest of the conversation will determine whether this guy's going to play marbles with you or he's actually going to man up and say, look, I am, you know. Like I'd say, hi, how's your day? How's your day going or whatever? I'm busy now, but if you have something to say, I only have 2 minutes, and then I have to leave. Do you understand? I've said I want to talk to you, but because I'm busy, he can either say, okay, let's talk later, or he can say, please give me your number, let me call you now rather. I guess we have to also understand, for abomalume intanga zethu, they don't use social media. They use it to unwind. Social media. I mean, if you see young people hanging out together, they're always on their phones. Whereas if they are hanging on a glass of wine or whatever, you know, they are not as invested.
On whiskey.
So I'm saying, go direct the conversations. You are in a position of power. Ask the relevant questions. If you want to get to know this person better or whatever, just say, look, I'm enjoying this conversation with you or whatever, but can we do it on voice? I don't like texting back and forth. You know, some people prefer that, some people don't, you know.
We have noticed that Ama 2000, when it comes to the DMs, guys, these young boys are out here. What are they getting right?
They're living in this world. Because it's their world, they master it. Hence, they can do better at sexting than we can. They know how to create that intimate space online. That's why they're doing so well at it. Because really, they just in that space, in that world. So that's where they're comfortable in. Hence, my prediction is that they're going to move from this media dating to online dating, online marriage, online hookups. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, no, they definitely not going to do this courting thing or this let's get to know each other thing. By the time they get to meet, they've already had sex, they've already exchanged nudes, they've already, do you understand? They've already have done so much. They know so much about
each other. What is the danger in that, though?
The danger is that it's a game. It becomes a game. You get bored too easily. By the time you meet this person, you already know so much about them. So they quickly move on. You know, they're chasing...
So are we no longer making meaningful connections?
I don't think we are. It's not even... We're talking, but we're not connecting. We're not being vulnerable. We're not being... I mean, if we're connecting, Kaizer Chiefs, the score, we're talking about Malema and, you know, yes, we're having conversations that are intellectual regarding the economy and whatever, but we're not really connecting. I don't know your fears. I don't know what dreams you have. Those are becoming irrelevant questions, you know, the questions that make the relationship what it is, the intimacy that create the safety net are not there. You know, people are not, they're talking, but they're not connecting.
And there seems to be a big fear towards umjolo.
I know, right?
Is that a real thing?
That's a real thing.
Or is it just mean?
That's a real thing. Hence, guys are skeptical about taking us out because as soon as they die in umjolo, or as soon as they talk about their dreams, their future, then it means you're becoming serious. Whereas I just want to take it slow. I just want us to chill, hang out.
Yes.
I mean, guys are making more effort in choosing a Netflix movie than in
Connecting.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Umuntu uzothatha 30 minutes to just choose a perfect movie or perfect shades for him, but they won't even take 30 minutes to get to know you.
Yeah.
No, we're spending everything else every other time doing other things except the one thing that we all want, because we're all longing for a connection. We all want, whether we score a game in Tlantla, whether you are a girl that doesn't give a hoot or whatever, but we all seek a connection. We want to be understood. We want.
How do I ask for it?
You know, you can just say, Uti, this is where I am. You know, this is identify. So we can't even identify it. You know, Uti, this is where I am. You're just like, let's go with the flow. You're like, okay, but you know, you don't want to go with the flow. You know, Uti, you want something stable. This is my structure. This is how my days are. This is how my life is. This is what I'm working towards. You know. And I see the type of man that belongs in the space being this kind of a man. Do you see yourself being that kind of a man? What would it take for you to be this kind of a man? And, you know...
And what type of woman do you want in your life for your plans and the things you want to do?
You know, in Tlantla, it's so sad because a lot of women who come to me are women who are doing well in the corporate space. They master it. I'm a genius, I'm a doctor, so and so. And I'm very proud of them. You know, accountants, you name them, they're there. But... we have become so closed up, more closed up than the men. We're becoming the man that we want, you know? Yeah. We're becoming so closed up that we have no use for a man. We want them, we long for them, we long for the love, for the connection, but we don't know how to get them. We're not as proactive at getting them as we are in getting our careers going, getting our money, because if you think about it and unpack that, we don't feel safe.
Yes.
The only way we feel safe is if we know we've got our bag.
I was actually going to take it to that because I am going to have an episode where I'm talking about positive masculinity, right? I've found that a lot of ladies who are doing very well in other aspects of their lives are finding themselves afraid to be vulnerable among men because it appears as if a lot of men no longer know how to man. I don't know if I'm making sense.
I get it.
Like, it's almost as if, as women, we've manned up and we've occupied these masculine spaces, and we've now left a lot of our men without knowing how to man.
I think we're dumbing them down. We're forgetting also there's things that we need from men without it being just about what they can provide for us sexually. I mean, you never feel safe until Gunondota around, especially one that you trust.
Yeah.
You know, you feel at ease, you feel safe.
Yeah.
Even if there's a mouse or whatever, you know he's got it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not just, even emotionally, you feel at ease, you feel safer when there's a man that you trust around, you know. But because we're always so guided, sihlala silana, you know, we don't really use them for anything.
Can you blame us though?
No, I can't blame you, but at the same time, there's always, you know how there's always a balance. There's always day and night. It doesn't mean the one is more stronger or more powerful than the other, but it's just us having a matter of knowing when to use what for light, when to use what for day. You know, you'll always need masculine energy. You'll always need it.
It's very important.
You know?
And which is why the whole notion, Yoguti, I don't need a man, which is a big narrative out on these streets, is something that I completely do not agree with.
And the idea of independent, what do you mean? You're independent of what? A man has always been independent. Why was it never shoved in our faces? I'm independent. Do you understand?
Don't you find it fascinating, Uguti, black women particularly seem to be the one race that sings, I don't need a man the most.
I'm independent.
I'm independent.
Yeah, right?
Isn't that very, very...
Because we've never had it. Because I think black women were so oppressed then that the minute they got this. Whereas white women, you know, we can't compare the two, really. White women have always not been oppressed. They've had opportunities. They were going to school. Whereas with us, we had to fight to go to school. We had to fight to work. We had to fight to get paid, you know. So now that we got this, we feel like, yeah, now finally I can be what I want to be and whatever. But now we're saying, wait a minute, I don't have to do this marriage thing. I don't have to do this staying with a man thing. I want my own space. Because we've got the freedom of choice now. But unfortunately, with that said, we don't know how to create room for a man anymore on the couch because I can sit where I want. I can do what I want, you know.
It's so strange that recently I was telling a friend that we're finding it more and more rare for men to even open doors for us.
Yeah, because we have imitated them so much that the way we lead, for example, at work, the way you lead your team, you think you have to be a bully, you have to be strong, you have to be
hard,
aggressive in order for you to make it, you know. You think, oh, you have to show, I don't need you. You know? So we don't even know how to go back to not being like them because we've always looked up to them. We've looked up to them for the choices they had, the freedom they had. And saying that we don't want that is going to make us look weaker. It's going to confirm what they've already saying. Women don't know what they want, and we don't want that.
But isn't it okay for us to change our minds? Because I don't think it's we don't know what we want. It's we are allowed to change our minds because as women, that is our superpower. The fact that we are pliable, we're flexible, we can change our minds.
The thing is, we are now living in a way you're constantly trying to prove something, and not to ourselves, to men. Yeah. Do you understand? That we don't know what we want. We're constantly trying to prove we're smart, constantly trying to prove we deserve to be presidents, constantly trying to prove I can be sexy, I can work hard, I can be a mother, I can do it all, and we're exhausted. We're not available emotionally to a man. I'm a sexy slay queen. Next, I've got nothing to give them. I'm just a sexy slay queen. The system is set up to now discredit black men, whether we like it or not. In the corporate and whatever, our brothers are not getting work. You know, if they are, it's not easy for them. Do you understand? The system has made it so hard for them and so easy for women that now you can sit back and think, what are white people trying to do here? You know, those in power, those with money, what are they trying to do? You look at the middle class positions, they're filled with black women and very little room for black men now. They're destabilizing the family household. They know, once we rise, there's no way you will want to bodyguard as a... You know, our mothers used to do that, actually, no, security guard and whatever, but we don't do that. We're not that generation. In fact, we look at them and think, oh, so now we're all trying to get these men that are in our league and standard. Marabai 10, see 100, guys. What are we going to do? Are we going to be menless? What are we going to do? I'm just saying that let's not forget that we need to put a good tone on the black man as well, because the world is constantly saying to them, you are a rapist, you're trash, you're this. There's those situations or whatever, but we still have good men. What are we saying about them? Why are we not mentioning them? Who's saying what about them? I'm sure a man has helped you now in some way. You know, a good man has helped you.
Many men have helped me
why
in my
talking
career,
about that?
in my life.
Why are we not making noise about those? Why are we constantly making... And I'm not saying, don't give volume to the things that they're doing that are bad, but I'm saying they have no choice now but to be bad because they're also not seeing good men being talked about. They have no mentors to look up to and say, oh, I want to be like that guy. He's such a family man, or even if he's not a family man, we're not forcing you to be family man. But I'm saying, Guti, as a black man, like he's doing so well on his own for his community, for his children, They have
so
no one to look up to.
Where credit is due.
Yeah, I'm just saying, let's be careful, ladies, as much as we... Let's be careful, Uguti,
let's be careful about our hashtags.
But in our search for love, that we are not degrading our men, because who's going to love us?
Yeah. Just to wind things down, as Noni in my mid-40s, who would still like to get back into the dating game, what advice would you give me when it comes to these men who are in my DMs?
I say enjoy it. It's time to enjoy it. I need to you know what it feels like to be serious in a relationship. You know what it feels like to work hard for it, to impress. It's not time to do that. It's time to enjoy it, whatever comes. If uzipantsula manje sister asambe dating, enjoy it. Create memories. Create these experiences. Collect them. Why not? You know, why not?
So
why not
we're not trying to get married here.
No, just on your way to getting what's right for you. It will find you, but you need to learn to have fun with it as it goes. Don't be too stagnant in your ways. Don't be too stuck up in your standards. They are not a reflection of anything. Life is short. Baba, you'll be 60 dying. You have collected nothing. You've been busy worrying about DMs, the wrong spellings, the wrong English. What does that have to do with that?
I'm so guilty of like your grammar and spelling though, my brother.
I mean,
I'm so guilty of
enjoy it. It's fine. If he's not good at English, find out what he's good at.
Yeah.
There must be something.
Yeah.
You know, we're not all perfect.
Yeah.
Besides, like Bab, izohamba manje and whatever, he's always there. Mfonele, do you understand? Have people to call.
Yeah, like my tire. Like I need you to change my tire because it's
standards. You know, no one has ever had fun having standards, really. I mean, it's so limited. It's so boring. Like there's no stories to tell. You know.
But okay, so when we talk about standards now, but we're not talking about like.
I'm not saying rubbish yourself.
Okay.
By all means, I'm not saying rubbish yourself. If you want to, well, it's good. So do whatever you want. But I'm saying be open to different human beings coming into your world and see the value they add in other ways except in these silly ways that carry no weight. So what? But he's rich. He's got everything that he wants. Do you understand? So it's saying it's not important, but I'm saying the attention that we're giving dating is in the wrong areas.
Okay. We
need to go back to the fun of it, you know, to me dressing up for a date and looking beautiful, somebody appreciating me, to me seeing a good man, and me remembering that smell as soon as I get home and I'm like, oh, you know, he gave me a hug. Do you understand?
Girl,
I'm taking a chocolate or whatever. Let's go back to the basics of dating, you know. And they don't have to be so complicated. Technology is making it easy for us. Let's know how to use it. It's making it safe even for us, technology, you know.
Thank you so much for joining me, girl.
Next time, wine, ne?
Yeah, next time, Suzotella, wine in the.
Yeah, no, bangaboni, please. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is so beautiful.
Much. Yeah, great. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our show. Thank you for allowing me into your homes. Ukusuka kimi indodakazi yakwaDlamini ngithanda nonke emakhaya uthando nokukhanya. High Tea with Noni, in association with Kericho Gold Tea, supplied by Love Tea Time.